That has to be the thickest tyres I think I've ever seen in a Forza game. Hello everyone and welcome back to another day in the UK, or at least in Forza Horizon 4. It is now spring, so with that happening, we've got another new car to get. And as you can see by the thumbnail and title, it's quite the car indeed. So let's crack on and get those races done, that season all sorted, and go and get ourselves a car. Now we have our races all sorted, we now have ourselves, if I can find it, this. The Pontiac Firebird from 1968. Now, interestingly, this would only be worth 250,000 credits if it was an auto show car, which is, when you think about it, still quite a lot. So, here's the actual car itself. I've got to say, it does look pretty cool if you ask me. And does it do a burnout? That's the main question. Oh, look at that! That answers my question. So, like usual, in between little bits of editing, I've gone and made a few tunes for this thing, but the only thing is, I haven't tested these tunes, so they could be good, they could be bad, they could be even worse. So, what I'm going to do is just drive this thing about stock, I guess. So, I think, how is this thing anyway? A lot of people say it drives a bit like a boat or a land yacht, and I can see whereabouts they get it from, but I think, does it make a good drift car? The answer to that is sort of. So just driving this thing around for a little bit, it's honestly not too bad, but I think it could do with something a little bit interesting. I mean, to be fair, we're on a drag strip, so I guess there's really only one thing I can do for that. But before we do that, sorry, I've kind of got your hopes up, let's go and head ourselves back into the festival and go and take a look at what exactly we can actually do to this thing. Because when I was looking through it earlier to make these tunes, you can do something quite interesting. Let's just say that. Right, let's head back to the festival and go and see what we can do. So here we are in the custom upgrades area. So if we go through to our, of course, custom upgrades, you can see here we are currently on the stock engine, which has quite a fair few options. And interestingly, there's also the options down here to choose between a turbocharger or a supercharger. Now, I know a lot of people would probably go for supercharger in this thing, but honestly, I'd probably go turbo just to get some power. But if you're doing like a real proper decent build of this thing, I would go for just a nice supercharger, just for a regular sort of road build. And then of course you've also got the option to make it all-wheel drive, and you have a couple of engine swaps too. You've got a 6.2 litre V8, and you have an 8.4 litre V10. Now, the one bit that I want to show you all is if we go over to the front tyres, as we can see, you know, 275s at the front. They're quite thick, but not the thickest. And then we go to the back. 345! Oh my god! That has to be the thickest tyres I think I've ever seen in a Forza game. Look at that! They're huge! And of course we also have our wheel spacers, which are, oh, not too bad. And then if you have a look at the front, how's our front looking? Our front's looking pretty aggressive as well. So, I think the first thing that I'm going to do is go and throw a tune onto this thing, and then I guess we should go and take it out on the drag strip and go and see what it can do. Okay, so something else I wanted to show you before I forgot was the paint. Now there is no advanced painting options to this one, which is a bit of a shame, but we do have some beautiful manufacturer colours. I like that. That looks nice. So does that. I really like that actually. Ooh, I'm tempted to keep that. There's also this rather nice sort of reddish, orangey red here. There's a very nice white. Oh, that's nice. That's not too bad. I'm keeping that. Right, I am going to save that, and we are going to go and take this thing down the drag strip and go and see just how good this tune is. Now, this is a drag strip tune using the stock engine, so let's go and see how it is. So here we are over at the drag strip. Like usual, there's everybody's Super 7 cards in the way, which is kind of annoying, but there's not really anything I can do about it. So let's go and line up here. Now the first question, does it brake boost? Yes is the answer to that thing. So if we get this thing up to about here, I would say go on the lights, but let's just go anyway. Drop the clutch and go! That's quite a fair bit of grip off the line, I'll give it that. Look at this thing. And 147. I mean, that's not bad for a stock engine tune. We don't have brakes, but then again, this is Forza. No cars in this game ever have brakes anyway. But there was one thing that I wanted to see if I could do, and that involves me having to put all-wheel drive on this thing. Now, I know the people that like this, the purists of this car, are going to go insane that I'm going to put all-wheel drive on this thing, but there's something that I want to try, because one of the promotional photos was of this thing doing a wheelie. I'm not joking. Go look it up. You'll find it on Google. Or if anything, I'll try and see if I can put like a photo of it up on screen now, because I'm starting to get used to actually editing that stuff in, but if not, then oh well. Anyway, let's go and throw this other tune on and go and see what it can do. So here we are now with the V10 tune, which is honestly a pretty decent little engine. We're pushing well over 1,100 brake horsepower here. Once again, can we brake boost? Yes. This sound should not be coming out of this car. Away we go! I'm impressed. That's 163. Now bear in mind, all the tunes shown in this video are mine for starters, and they're also all only in S1, because I couldn't find a way to get this thing to go to S2 unless probably I have to try out the 6.5 litre, which I might do off camera and then just sort of edit in if it goes well or not. So I expect to see that probably in the next like 2-3 minutes. But I'm going to go and throw the road tune on this thing, and then we'll go and see how this thing drives down on the road and down on the motorway, and go and see just what speed we can get out of this thing, I guess. Okay, so in between recordings I've fiddled about with the V10 tune a little bit. I know V10 in this thing, please don't yell at me too much in the comments. And I've thrown the diff over to the back, and I want to see if I can get this thing to wheelie, and I will not give up until it does so. That wasn't a good start. If I can get this thing to wheelie after I've finished recording this, I'll just put a clip over sort of like this little area talking about it. And if not, then, well, you just get to see this beautiful car instead. So, let's go ahead and put the road tune on this thing, and go and take it for a drive. Okay, so as we can see, we're now on Horizon race tyres, which means we're back onto the road tune. This is back using the stock engine, so the purists don't get too mad at me. And we're also running all-wheel drive, so they're probably still going to get mad anyway. But, oh well. This is using stock engine, race tyres, and honestly a fun little bit of tuning, which I'm going to try out just when we get to the edge of here, see if we can just... sort of. It sort of drifts. I mean, to be fair, with rear-wheel drive and a lot of tuning, I could probably make this a very, very good sort of drift car. But in the meantime, let's go and take this thing down to the motorway and go and see just how quick this thing goes, because I genuinely don't know what top speed it can hit, but here's hoping it's something good. Okay, something I just wanted to point out while we're driving there is just how nice this thing actually sounds. Oh, this is fun. We're going to be driving through a Forzathon live on the way out to the motorway. I wish I could stop and take part in this thing, but we're in the middle of a recording, so I can't exactly do that one. Speaking of which, I will show you the Forzathon shop for the week at the end of this video. And while you're watching this, probably within the week, if you're watching this before Thursday next week, you still have time to go and get this car for yourself, because I know a lot of people upload this on another day. Yes, hello Satnav. Yeah, I know Forzathon Live begins soon, but I'm not doing it, I'm going this way, thank you very much. So, something that I thought about this car is, I do like how it sounds and how it looks, but I wondered just how popular these are, or how popular they're going to be with everybody. Because I have a feeling I'm going to see a few of them for like the next few days, and then they're going to become a bit like the Razor, where they sort of appeared for a bit, and then disappeared. Right, once we get up to this next tunnel, I am going to absolutely floor it, and let you listen to how this thing sounds. In fact, here's the tunnel, so if I drop down a gear... Now that's pretty nice. You've got to admit that. Because I just did. I admit it's really nice. So let's go and see. The top speed of this thing is the stock engine. That's 212 that I managed to get, which compared to a lot of other cars isn't really too good, but also compared to the fact that, you know, this thing is an S1 car. So S1, particularly, or usually in these games, especially the older Forza Horizon titles, you were lucky if you got an S1 car to over 200. So I guess for this thing with its stock engine to get 212, that's pretty good. I'm going to hop up to the end of this motorway and then probably turn around and fly back towards the other way and see what other speed we can get out of it. But for this thing, I'd say it's actually pretty good. Okay, so we're now back towards the end of the motorway, and we'll go for a rolling start because why not? I've made a few little adjustments to this thing, but hopefully now it should be pretty decent and get a really good top speed. Now, after this video I'm probably going to convert it back to rear wheel drive, so please don't hate me too much in the comments for that one. I just had to do that to get an idea of how this thing would be as an all-wheel drive sort of drag car, as well as a rear-wheel drive car, which the S1 first tune actually is. And if you want the first S1 tune that is rear-wheel drive and is on the stock engine, well, that's probably going to be up on the tune storefront somewhere. So if you find it, let me know. If you see me driving about in Forza Horizon 4, if you see this thing or any of my tunes, or you use any of my tunes, join the Discord. Let me know. There's a link to the Discord in the description of this video. It's a pretty quiet place, but hopefully we can make it a little bit active if a lot of you guys decide to join and say hi. I'm on there quite a fair few days of the week, almost 24/7, but you'll see me. And if you spot me around here, say hi. Going back through the tunnel again, let's drop a gear. I can't drop a gear. Oh well. That's a car, and across the roundabout. Yes! No! Maybe! Oh no! Right, while we're here, I guess it's time to show you the Forza shop for the week. Now, it's a pretty decent one, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut to there and let you all have a look. So here is the Spring Forza shop, and as we can see up in the top left is a very, very nice car indeed. The 1986 Hoonigan Ford RS200 Evolution. Now, as you can see, I have one of these, so if you want me to do a video on this, do let me know in the comments. And also do be sure to let me know of some cars that you want to see me do a video on. Because, well, I'll be interested to hear your guys' feedback. And, yeah, that's about all I can say, I guess. So, we get towards the end of the video and my thoughts on this thing. I've got to say, I think this is probably a really neat little addition to the game. And I'm probably going to work on this off camera to try and see sort of how it will work, how it will do as a drag racing car. And who knows, maybe in future this thing could be pretty decent on the drag strip with a lot of tuning. But my total thoughts on this thing: should you get it? Yes. Is it going to be fun? Absolutely. And is it a cool little car to do some attempted donuts in? Yes. So, anyways, that is my closing thoughts on this car. So, if you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to let me know with a like, because hey, it lets me know you like it, and that you want more stuff like this on the channel. This is probably, honestly, my favourite type of video to make at the moment, because, well, I like cars anyway, so the fact that I get to make videos on Horizon 4, which is a game all about cars, makes me a very, very happy me indeed. So, if you're new here, feel free to go ahead and press subscribe, and press the notifications bell while you're at it, and set that to all so you never miss an upload. I make videos twice a week, every Wednesday and Sunday, so hopefully, if you don't like this video, there should be a video along soon that you do like. So, thank you very much for watching, and from me and this beautiful little car, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. You know, this thing can do some really good donuts. I'm impressed.